Okay, I'm gonna start this video with a little warning, because what I'm about to tell you is the kind of psychology most men never learn and the kind most women never admit. These three compliments, they don't just make a woman smile, they make her feel something she can't fully control. So if you're watching this, don't use it to play games, use it wisely. Now let's get into it. Tell me something. Have you ever given a woman a compliment and her reaction was, meh? Like she said thanks, but you could tell it didn't land the way you wanted. Well, here's the truth no woman will tell you. Most compliments men give do nothing. Zero emotional impact, because every woman has heard them 10,000 times. You're beautiful. You look great. You have nice eyes. Cute, but predictable. And predictable never creates attraction. What does create attraction are compliments that hit deeper. Compliments that go straight to her identity, her deeper desires, and her emotional ego. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you today. So sit down, relax, and let me teach you the psychology behind the compliments that make a woman fall painfully deep. Because the first compliment, almost no man says it, but women crave it like oxygen. Compliment number 1. I like the way you think. This compliment is pure emotional gold. Let me explain. Most women get appreciated for their looks every single day. Even average women get more attention for their appearance than men can imagine. But what women rarely get noticed for is their mind. When you tell a woman, I like the way you think, you're not complimenting how she looks. You're complimenting her intelligence, her reasoning, her worldview, her personality, everything she secretly wishes someone would appreciate. It makes her feel seen in a way that's intimate and rare. And here's where the psychology hits. A woman will chase the man who notices what the world ignores. This compliment tells her you're on her wavelength, that you pay attention to her mind, not just her body. And you know what happens when a woman feels understood mentally? She relaxes, she opens up, she becomes vulnerable in the best way. Now, let me break down exactly why this works on a neurological level. When you compliment a woman's thoughts, you're activating what psychologists call cognitive validation. Her brain registers that someone sees value in the way she processes the world. That's rare. Most people only validate her outcomes, her achievements, her appearance. But you're validating her internal process, the way she connects dots, the way she sees patterns, the way she interprets reality. This creates a subconscious association in her mind. She starts to think, this person gets me on a level most people don't. And when a woman feels that level of understanding, she doesn't just appreciate you, she becomes curious about you. She wants to know more. She wants to explore that connection deeper. There's another layer to this too. When you compliment her thinking, you're indirectly communicating that you're intellectually confident. You're not intimidated by a woman who thinks deeply. You're attracted to it. And for a woman who's used to men feeling threatened by her intelligence, that's intoxicating. But wait till you hear the second compliment, because it taps into a desire so deep women don't even admit it to themselves. Compliment number 2. You make me want to be better. This one hits her right in the emotional core. Let me explain the psychology behind it. Every woman wants to feel like she inspires something in a man, not just desire, not just attraction, but growth. This compliment tells her 3 things instantly. 1. You see her as someone of value. 2. You respect her energy. 3. She brings out a better version of you. This creates what psychologists call emotional elevation. It makes her feel important, meaningful, significant. And significance is a drug, especially for women, because women invest emotionally in the men who make them feel like they matter. But there's a deeper layer here. This compliment also positions you as a man who's already on a path of growth. You're not saying she's saving you. You're saying she's inspiring you, which is a subtle power move. Let me tell you why this distinction matters so much. When a man says, you saved me, or I need you, it puts pressure on a woman to carry his emotional weight. That's exhausting. That's a burden. But when you say, you make me want to be better, you're saying something entirely different. You're saying, I'm already on a path of self-improvement, and your presence amplifies that. You're not dependent, you're inspired. This flips the entire dynamic. Instead of her feeling like she has to fix you, She feels like she's part of something bigger. She's contributing to your evolution. And women are naturally drawn to men who are evolving, who are working on themselves, who are becoming more. There's also an element of competition here that most people don't talk about. When you tell a woman she inspires you to be better, she subconsciously feels like she needs to maintain that standard. She doesn't want to be the person who stops inspiring you, so she shows up better too. It creates this upward spiral where both of you are elevating each other without even realizing it. And here's the kicker. This compliment makes her feel like she has influence over you without having control. That's the perfect balance. She feels powerful, but not responsible. She feels significant, but not trapped. But the third compliment, this one is the most dangerous, the one that bonds her to you emotionally in a way she won't even understand. Compliment number 3. I feel peaceful around you. Now listen carefully. This compliment is the most powerful one on this entire list. Why? Because almost every woman in today's world is anxious, overstimulated, and mentally tired. She's stressed. She's overwhelmed. She's comparing herself, overthinking, trying to meet expectations, and constantly feeling like she's not doing enough. So when a man says, I feel peaceful around you, you're giving her the rarest thing of all, emotional safety. She suddenly feels like she can breathe, like she doesn't have to perform, like she can just be. And women emotionally attach to the men who give them calm, not chaos. This compliment makes her think, wait, he feels good around me? I'm his place of peace? And trust me, that thought alone is enough to make her fall deeper than you expect. Let me unpack the neuroscience behind why this is so potent. When you tell a woman you feel peaceful around her, you're triggering her oxytocin response. Oxytocin is often called the bonding hormone. It's what mothers feel with their babies. It's what long-term couples feel when they're deeply connected. It's the chemical foundation of emotional attachment. But here's what makes this compliment genius. You're not asking her to make you feel peaceful. You're simply stating that her presence has that effect. That means she's not trying. She's not performing. She's just existing, and her existence brings you calm. That makes her feel accepted at the deepest possible level. Think about how rare that is. Most women feel like they have to be on all the time. They have to be funny, interesting, attractive, engaging, supportive. They're constantly monitoring how they're being perceived. But when you tell her you feel peaceful around her, you're saying, you don't have to do anything. Just being you is enough. That permission to relax, that's what creates real intimacy. That's when walls come down. That's when a woman lets you see the parts of herself she usually hides from the world. And there's another psychological mechanism at play here, reciprocity. When you tell her she makes you feel peaceful, she subconsciously wants to return that gift. She starts thinking about how she can make you feel even more at ease. She becomes invested in being your safe space. And once a woman sees herself as your safe space, she's emotionally locked in. This compliment also communicates something crucial about your masculinity. You're not saying she excites you, or challenges you, or impresses you. You're saying she calms you. That means you're secure enough to value peace over stimulation. You're not addicted to drama or chaos. You're a man who knows the value of stillness. And that level of emotional maturity is magnetic. But wait, understanding the compliment is just half the story. The real power comes in how you deliver it. How to deliver these compliments so they hit hard. Here's the part most men mess up. They say the right words, but in the wrong way. A powerful compliment isn't about being loud or dramatic. It's about being grounded. Lower your voice just a little. Slow down your pace. Hold eye contact for 1 extra second. Say it like you're stating a fact, not trying to impress her. Because women don't fall for the compliment. They fall for the energy behind it. And when your energy is calm, confident, collected, she'll feel it in her chest before she even hears the words. Let me give you some specific delivery techniques that will multiply the impact of these compliments. First, timing matters. Don't deliver these compliments when she's expecting them. Don't say them right after she does something impressive or when she's fishing for validation. Say them in quiet moments. Say them when she's not performing. Say them when she's just being herself. That's when they land deepest. Second, don't follow up with an explanation. When you give one of these compliments, resist the urge to elaborate. Don't say, I like the way you think because you're so logical and creative, and no. Just say it. Let it sit. Let her process it. Let her wonder about it. The space after the compliment is where the magic happens. Third, use physical presence to amplify the words. If you're sitting, lean in slightly when you say it. If you're standing, take one small step closer. Physical proximity during emotional moments creates association. Her brain will link the feeling of closeness with the feeling of being seen. Fourth, don't smile too much when you deliver these. I'm not saying be cold or serious, but a slight, knowing smile is more powerful than a big grin. It says, I know exactly what I'm saying, and I mean it. It removes any sense of you trying to be cute or charming. It positions the compliment as truth, not flattery. Fifth, and this is crucial, don't repeat these compliments frequently. They lose power with repetition. These are not everyday phrases. These are moments. When you say them once every few weeks or months, they become memorable. They become reference points in her mind. She'll remember exactly where she was and how she felt when you said them. But now let me tell you the part no one talks about. The dark psychology behind why these work. The dark psychology behind these compliments. These 3 compliments work because they hit 3 emotional triggers in a woman. 1. Identity. You think differently. I see it. Women crave to be seen for who they are, not just how they look. 2. Significance. You inspire me. You make her feel important, powerful, meaningful. 3. Emotional safety. You calm me. The deepest emotional bond a woman forms is with the man who gives her peace. When you hit these 3, you bypass her logic and speak directly to her emotional subconscious. That's why these compliments are dangerous. They work fast, they work deep, and they're unforgettable. Now let me take you even deeper into the psychology. These 3 compliments work because they address the core fears and desires that drive female psychology. Every woman, at her core, fears being invisible. She fears being reduced to a single dimension. She fears being appreciated for the wrong reasons, or not being appreciated at all. These compliments directly counter those fears. They say, I see all of you, not just the surface, not just what you show the world. I see your depth. There's also a concept in psychology called mirroring of the ideal self. Every person has a version of themselves they wish others would see. For most women, that ideal self is someone who is intelligent, inspiring, and calming. Not just beautiful, not just successful, but someone whose presence has value beyond the superficial. When your compliments mirror that ideal self, she feels like you're the first person who truly gets her. And here's where it gets even more interesting. These compliments create what's called a positive feedback loop. When you tell a woman she inspires you or calms you, she becomes more conscious of those qualities in herself. She starts showing up in ways that reinforce those traits. She becomes more thoughtful, more intentional, more present. And the more she embodies those qualities, the more you genuinely appreciate them. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. There's also an element of scarcity at play. Most men never give these kinds of compliments. They stick to the safe, surface-level stuff. So when you break that pattern, you immediately stand out. You become memorable. You become different. And in the world of attraction, different equals valuable. So now the question is, are you going to use these compliments like every other guy, just to get attention? Or are you going to use them to create real emotional connection? Before you click away, don't forget, if you learned something today, hit that like button and subscribe for more raw psychology breakdowns. And after this video, go check out the other content on this channel. There's so much truth waiting for you. Truth that'll change the way you look at relationships forever. Thank you for watching. Stay sharp, stay aware, and I'll see you in the next one.